During the underlying crisis, he should have been revived and lost his capacity to talk just before I went to the emergency clinic, and I communicated my thoughts. And when I came out, I had lost my certainty, harassing me dissidents. Can't menace me news. Can't menace me the hip jump local area. They can't menace me, Glenn. I heard that every one of his tasks, until the end of the year, are most certainly they're all off wow. So there's an explanation. We even ran into one another, can hardly sit tight for you all. To see the subsequent stage, Kanye West has totally smacked open this jar of beans. Since think about what's been happening at Jamie Foxx's home, they have development teams dealing with something truly off-putting evidently. They're setting up slopes to make it simpler for him to move around in his wheelchair. Sounds smart, sufficient, right? Yet here's the kicker. Jamie Foxx's girl, as of late, approached and guaranteed everybody that her father is doing fine and dandy. As a matter of fact, he was in any event playing pickleball at her place yesterday. It's bizarre, however, in light of the fact that Jamie hasn't disclosed any proclamations about his condition, and no one has spotted him outside the clinic. You think with paparazzi continually prowling around, they would get a brief look at him, since I could do without to see him on late night. Since as he humiliates me, yes. There are additionally reports drifting around that Jamie has lost his voice and can't talk. And on top of that, there's the entire wheelchair incline development at his home presently. Here's where things get fascinating on the grounds that we've been guaranteed that Jamie is totally fine, right? Many individuals think in any case, currently, how about we inspect a few contentions? A few people are hypothesizing that Jamie is making a plunge into the universe of pickleball. It resembles his new fixation or something. Obviously, he's in any event putting cash in it, so perhaps he's wanting to set up a pickleball court at his home. It could make sense of the unexpected development furor, right? Yet stand by. There's another hypothesis. Prepare yourself. Individuals are saying that Jamie may be selling his home. Before you excuse this, let me make sense of Jamie. Has forever been a confidential individual. And now that everybody's attempting to get a look into his life, he may be considering migrating someplace more detached, where individuals won't have the foggiest idea about everything he might do. It's not unrealistic, given the new occasions and the worries for his security. Maybe he's avoiding potential risk and arranging a new beginning. There's another likelihood that is a little disrupting, considering the seriousness of his stroke. And the tales whirling around. Some say James probably won't have the option to talk right now. Unfortunately enough, in the event that that is valid, it brings up issues about his general condition and whether he has let completely go over different pieces of his body on the off chance that that is valid. Corinne more than likely lied about her dad's condition. And there's the hypothesis that those development laborers could really be chipping away at something uniquely great for Jamie Foxx. You see, Jamie is known for being furiously free. Even in a wheelchair, he's not the kind of individual who needs others getting all worked up about him and tending to him in every way under the sun. No, he's the sort of fellow who drives himself to defeat difficulties and improve. So maybe these development endeavors are essential for his restoration plan. They could be making his home more available and agreeable for him to move around on his own. It checks out, right? They need to help his autonomy and guarantee he can explore his home easily with inclines. Obviously, you could ask why they would be dealing with his home in the event that he just escaped the clinic. Rest and recuperation are vital, and he wouldn't get much with wall banging happening at his home, right? Well, here's a curve. Perhaps he's currently at the clinic, and they're setting up his home for when he ultimately returns home. The specialists could have prompted that it'll be sometime before he completely recuperates, and they need to guarantee his house is prepared to oblige his necessities. Everything adds up, doesn't it? What doesn't make any sense, however, is what Karen Fox has been talking about her dad's condition. His fans have been nervous since news broke about his hospitalization in Georgia on April 11th. Fits of hearsay were flying left and right, with some in any event proposing that his family was planning for the most exceedingly terrible, Yet dread, not for James' little girl Corinne Foxx, took to her Instagram story to put any misinformation to rest and quiet our stressed hearts presently. Here's the kicker: Corinne quickly erased the story in the wake of posting it, yet not prior to sharing a screen capture from Wrapped that read Jamie Foxx's friends and family, supposedly getting ready for the most terrible. She wasn't having any of it, however. The 29-year-old discharged back, communicating her mistake. At how the media can go crazy with unwarranted cases, she guaranteed everybody that her father has been out of the medical clinic for a really long time and is well en route to recuperation. And on the off chance that that is sufficiently not to settle your concerns, Corin uncovered that he was playing pickleball, too, like I referenced before. Well, that is one fiery recuperation on the off chance that I've at any point seen one. She offered thanks for the flood of petitions and backing from fans, and dropped a clue about a thrilling work declaration coming up working. Yet we should rewind a bit. 7 days earlier, reports were twirling that Jamie was as yet hospitalized. Corin's been moving forward as the family representative, sharing reports on her father's well-being. Back on April 12th, entertainment to reveal some insight into the circumstance, alluding to his hospitalization as an unexpected issue. Luckily, on account of speedy activity and superb consideration, Jane was at that point making progress toward recuperation. Now, before this clinic show unfurled, Jamie Foxx was working diligently on his film. Back in real-life truth, Be Told the venture figured out how to persuade Cameron Diaz out of retirement anyway. Because of James' well-being difficulty, the entertainer needed to film scenes with his body twofold. And we should not disregard Thumpshasm, the famous game show Jamie co-facilitated with Corin. Reports have surfaced that another host will be dominating, and Corin won't be returning either. Now, here's where things get revenue and now and again sketchy, considering the course of events. Of occasions, on April 17, 2023, CNN divulged an inside scoop that had fans pausing their breathing, as per a believed source. Fox was still in the medical clinic, determinedly proceeding with his recuperation. Subtleties poured out, with the source uncovering they are running tests, yet attempting to sort out what precisely happened. The tension was tangible as everybody hung tight for more news. Quick forward to April 21st, 2023, and Individuals magazine was back with another update. Their source proclaimed that Fox was owed contribution, a fleeting murmur of help. Anyway, the way to recuperation actually had him bound to a clinic bed. The source shared he's okay. Thanks to God, he's still in the emergency clinic and specialists are running tests, yet he's conscious and ready. They're holding him under perception. Nigel Smith, the senior news proofreader at Individuals, ventured into the focus on Great Morning America to reveal some insight into the circumstance. He uncovered a charming goodie. Once Fox leaves the medical clinic, he's been encouraged to save his feelings of anxiety down. Wise guidance for anybody on the way to recuperating. Nigel underlined they need to ensure that he is totally steady when they really do ultimately deliver him. On May 3, 2023, our believed companions at TNC dropped a stunner. They uncovered that our dearest star was as yet bound to the clinic, encouraging fans all over to join in supplication for his prosperity. Right when we figured the anticipation couldn't get any higher, Jamie Foxx himself ended his quietness on May 3, 2023, connecting with his revering fans through a genuine Instagram post. Spilling over with appreciation, he communicated value all the affection, feeling honored, yet stand by, hold tight. Only a second, the situation starts to get interesting. My companions, Radar Online, dropped a sensation around that time, detailing that Jane wouldn't in any case be in the medical clinic. On the off chance that all was really well, the specialists didn't have an idea about what was the deal with him until a couple of days prior, and presently, out of nowhere, he's been let out of emergency clinic. Is Corin misleading us? How could she? One client brought up in what way James can be outside playing pickleball, yet can't show his face on any sort of online entertainment stage. With how much objection has been happening for his well-being, someone else perceived how it was extremely off-putting that no proof of Jamie truly was being out of the emergency clinic. As of now, we really want a video or photograph of Jamie Foxx playing pickleball at home. Something ain't off about this individual idea. Quiet Cash could be involved. It's interesting how his girl must come on and say something versus him truly hitting on address it right, like, where's his video? Where's his post too off-putting to be in any way confided in? I'm certain poor people fellow is gone. This is the Quiet Cash conversing with covered up hash. Jamie Foxx, this individual, made a valid statement. Jamie Foxx girl is lying. You don't allow individuals to push a story for an entire month and afterwards say he been out of the emergency clinic for a really long time. Truly someplace in the center, something off-putting is most certainly happening here. And we're left with additional inquiries. Then response to what do you believe that is in support of the video, people. Gratitude for watching and farewell.